There's a true-to-life show about smart women written by gay men.
Meanwhile, across town... Hi, I'd like to cash a check?
Certainly.
Excuse me. I hope this doesn't seem out of line, but you seem like a smart woman in charge of your own life. Would you mind if I made a deposit into your account?
Not at all.
So once you start to, get a little weirded out by all of the estrogen and the gay guys.
It has all your favorite characters from the TV show, like Shoes, Cosmos, and the gay guy.
There's a gay guy on it. He's funny. Gay guys are funny. I mean, I don't think anyone can dispute that. That's just like a common fact.
Look what you're almost wearing.
Sister, day glow underwear. Look into it.
Are we gonna dance? Oh, this is my friend Gordon. He's a design editor for House and Garden.
Oh my God! I love that magazine. I used to wear my mother's pearls and flip through them when I was little.
Me too.
Basically, what I'm trying to underline here is Sex in the City is cool if you're a straight guy. All right, work that into conversation. I'm telling you, ladies, they love it. That's Chad Bro Chill for this week. Tune in next week. We'll talk about what else straight guys like.
Boycott Sex in the City. My next guest telling men to stay far away from what he calls the chick flick. Mark Rudolph says he hears whining at home for free, so why pay for it at the theater? Lee Sweel says she can't wait to see the movie and is delighted that Mark won't be there.
Yes.
All right, so Mark, that's a little cruel, don't you think?
Oh, gee, Neil, paying to hear women whine is as dumb as paying for cobwebs. If you just sit at home, you can get both for free. This movie is the cinematic equivalent to Ipecac. It's Woodstock for entitled princesses. But instead of being about the blues, it's about the shoes.
Oh, Mark, this is ridiculous. Newsflash to you, Mark. Nobody needs your permission or your wallet, thank you very much, to decide whether or not to go to this movie. A lot of women are going to want to go with other women because they enjoy doing that. We don't need to sit around and wait for the guy to take us.
Are they whining?
No. It's four independent women. One is a lawyer, one is a writer, one is a PR agent. They're mothers of kids. They've got things going.
Do they whine? I'm asking, do they whine?
No, they chat. They talk
Mark
about
says
things.
they whine. Why do you say they whine, Mark, if you've never watched it?
Exactly.
Lisa's a lawyer. She's whining right now. Neil, would you pay to hear that?
The only one whining here, Mark, is you.
My voice isn't going up 10 octaves. Neil, would you pay to hear that?
Now, stop it.
Wait a second.
No, Mark, explain your position.
Well, look, this movie shows women at their worst. They're conniving, they're manipulative, they're miserable, they're complaining all the time. Who wants to pay to see that?
Mark,
I mean, come on. Any man who allows himself to get dragged to this movie, the title of his life should be Sex Out of Pity.
Oh, sorry. First of all,
that's not necessary.
First of all, some men are going to want to go, just because, Mark, maybe you're shocked that no one's asking you to go to it, but a lot of women are going to say the guys are going to want to go with the women just to be with the women.
I admit it, I did watch Sex in the City a few times. I'm going to go see the movie this weekend with my wife.
But Lisa,
there are no guys who want to. No guys. Neil, do you want to go?
So much? No, I don't. It has nothing to do with whether they're whining or not. It's stupid.
It does. It does. It's all about whining.
All right. But Lisa, why do you go? At least you're one of the smartest. Lisa, you're one of the smartest people I know.
It's
wicked smart. Wicked smart. And yet you're going to this thing that it just seems stupid to me. So what's the draw?
It's fun. You've got strong women who are, the guys are kind of just boy toys. They're really not the big part of the whole thing. It's these women, the friendships. One of them gets cancer. I mean, there's so many different issues going on that you can't say this is about whining. It's about
there's depth
bonding.
there. There's depth, and you're missing that.
Oh yeah, there's depth. The depth goes underground. Shoes and hats is not depth. I'm sorry. Whining, complaining.
What movie, Mark, are you watching? Mark, what movie are you watching this weekend?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But
we're not going together. That's for sure. But you know what the thing is, Mark?
There'll be an Iron Man, and
I'll go to Indiana Jones.
You know what? I'll tell you what. The only exception I would make is to go with you because people need to see us in public. Going to
know that you don't hate each other.
That would be a very scary thought. It's better that we're separated by studios.
It's going to make a lot of money this weekend, probably. It can't be all women seeing it.
That's right.
Well, all the women recognize themselves on the screen, and that's why they want to go. And of course it's going to make money.
Okay.
But if
and
those
the
same
men,
women,
you know what? And men are going to
women would take. Lise?
Men are going to love going.
You would take the money.
Guys.
You would take the money you're going to spend on this movie and spend it on your husband.
Group hug.
Men
are going to love going and seeing beautiful women on screen.
All right, there we go. We'll have more to this, including why gas prices.
The upcoming Sex in the City movie. It's probably the most anticipated movie of the summer, maybe even the year, as it's an adaptation of that popular HBO television series. And I'm not here to do a movie review, but what I am here to do is tell you how this particular television program that's now a movie is sadly a great lens into where we are at as a culture, where we are at morally, where we are at ethically. What most people, probably even watching right now, consider a normal life. A life that includes promiscuous sex. A life that includes living really in total rebellion to God and His plan for relationships.
Crusty old sex star woman, materialism, product placement, shallow jokes. That is what America is all about. Sex in the City! The movie!
It's being hailed as the Super Bowl for women.
People want to see the girls again.
People are going to be very excited and pleased when they see the movie.
It wasn't just that we needed to get women on staff because the show is about women. We needed to get certain writers on staff because they would understand the personalities. So that started the whole personalizing. I'd say it started the personalizing of the show.
Sex in the City is a pop culture phenomenon that taught women how to love life and have fun while wearing Manolo Blahnik shoes and carrying Birkin handbags.
Over 80 different wardrobe changes for her character alone. But as the producer, well, she had to work hard with costume designer Patricia Field to gain exclusive access to designer clothing that wasn't available to anyone else.
Really, really exciting. Of course, the clothes make it enormously popular.
The fashion is really different.
Everything's more expensive, more beautiful.
The purses and the shoes and the jewelry. It's a real delight for the eyes.
You know, sometimes I'll look at Cynthia Nelsine and I'll think wow, she never would have worn that in the show. It is different.
But there is connective tissue. You can go from the last season to this movie and not think, well, that's ludicrous. You know, that's not the character anymore. It definitely is, but it's a person that's older and different, whose tastes have changed, whose palate has changed, and that's what happens when you grow up.
All the women recognize themselves on the screen, and that's why they want to go. And of course,
I'm pregnant. Anyhow, I haven't told anybody at work because goodbye to all the good cases, and then it's only a matter of time before the buzzards start vying for my office.
I have a full-time job.
Well, you don't also have a 5-year-old, and playdates and PTA meetings, and a mother-in-law in a rest home with advancing Alzheimer's.
Anybody?
What do you need?
A penis, evidently.
Kind of tragic women were in that time, and that in order to be in your living room every week, and with this cast, we saw, it has to be softer and emotional and realer, and they have to be the clowns, and they have to be their own worst enemies, and they have to hit themselves with cream pies, and that's why this show's never been called a feminist. No one ever says, whoa, it's like the suffragette, because every time one of the female characters makes a grand statement about how they feel something or they're entitled to something, we literally put a man in front of them that blows that all up.